It's crazy to think that just 4 years ago was the last time we were all together. Yup, you heard that right. Before today, the last time our entire grade was all in one room was freshman orientation. Similar to today, our start of high school was a mess of jumbled emotions. There was excitement over seeing our best friends, anxiousness over a completely unfamiliar school, and scariest of all, whether we'd ever be able to figure out the maze that is the lunch line. 4 years later, we can look back and laugh at such silly fears. Well, maybe not the lunch line. That's still pretty intimidating at times. But if you can think back to then for just a moment, you may remember all 344 of us sitting together in the gym. There we were, huddled in the bleachers, still frightened from the tunnel of yelling link leaders we had just gone through. It was there our journey began. After playing games, bonding with our link groups, and touring what seemed like an endless building, we returned back to the gymnasium. Slowly we started to realize that, hey, maybe we could handle this whole high school thing. That maybe it wasn't as complicated as we thought. By this point, most of us had probably checked out. It had been a pretty eventful 8 hours after all. But some of you, maybe only a few, may remember a little advice we got from a teacher that day. A wise man once told us that high school gives each of us $1. He said that we could spend it and slowly glide through each day, just getting by. Or we could waste it, skipping classes, doing the bare minimum, not trying our hardest. Or, he said, looking at us with a sparkle in his eye, we could invest it and make high school some of the most memorable years of our lives. Well, seniors, 4 years later, it's safe to say that all of us, every single member of our graduating class, has invested our dollar, whether it be into our high school, our community, or, most importantly, in ourselves. Investments come in many forms. In the real world, scary I know, one can invest through stocks, bonds, savings, etc. Put a little in now, hope for more later. You know how it goes. Lucky for us, though, our investments were made by diligent athletes, those who spent countless hours running around the track, tearing up the fields, and practicing the same drills over and over and over. They were made by gifted artists, those who could turn a blank canvas into an original masterpiece within a matter of weeks. They were made by our choirs and our bands, working endlessly all year to put on an incredible show for audiences to remember. They were made by our scholars, our craftsmen, our actors, our leaders, our jokesters, our class. Together, we have raised victory flags, brought home national trophies, and won first-place medals. Together, we have started new clubs, created new friendships, bonded with new teachers, and accomplished things no other class has before. No one person is to thank for these achievements. Each and every one of us has made a difference in our school and our community, big or small. Each of us, even when all we wanted was to waste it, invested our dollar. As freshmen, this contribution may have seemed small, almost meaningless. What difference does $1 make anyway, right? The answer is enormous. Together, our grade, our graduating class of 2018 has invested into our high school, our community, and ourselves. Seniors, our investment does not end here today. Our hours of hard work and perseverance are not forgotten after crossing this stage. Our mark is forever left, not only on the high school, but on the community and each other. The investments we made will forever continue to compound, to grow, and to flourish. Our accomplishments will remain hanging in the halls, displayed in the cases, and even on the plaques that line where our journey began. But today, life hands us another piece of paper. It hands us another opportunity to go out into the world and make a difference. And while our diplomas are helpful, life is gifting us something much more important. Today, we are presented with another dollar. Today, we are given another opportunity to leave our mark. Today, we are presented with the same question we once faced 4 years ago. Seniors, let me ask you once more. What will you do with your next dollar? Will you waste it, spend it, or invest it? Congratulations and thank you.
Shay Archambault is the daughter of Mike and Laura Archambault. She has two sisters, one older and one younger. Her older sister Taylor is attending Mankato State University with hopes of becoming a chemistry and Spanish teacher. Her younger sister Bryn will be a sophomore at Hastings High School this upcoming year. Shay has been involved in many activities and clubs while in high school. She's enjoyed participating in Peer Helpers, Link Crew, National Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. She has also been her class secretary since her sophomore year. Shay will be attending Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter, Minnesota in the fall and plans on majoring in psychology with a focus on neuroscience and criminology. She hopes to one day work with law officials and hopes to better understand the minds and behaviors of criminals. She also plans to continue to stay involved with leadership programs and helping her peers. Shay is very grateful for all the opportunities she has had in Hastings High School and would like to thank all of her teachers and classmates for helping her these past 4 years and making them memorable. Let's have another round of applause for Shay Archambault. My name is Mike Johnson, and it's very proud to be the principal at this fine school. Hastings High School has been graduating seniors since the first commencement in 1871, when 7 graduates participated in commencement. Today we have 344 students participating in the commencement of the class of 2018. Leading in the class of 2018, we have retiring Hastings High School human performance teacher, Mr. Greg Sandkamp. A full bio is in your program, but please let me introduce him to you. Greg, would you please stand and face the graduates? Greg was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, and moved to Vermillion, Minnesota. Greg graduated from Hastings High School and received a bachelor's degree from the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, and his master's degree in education from Winona State University. During his career, Greg taught physical education at Tilden, Pinecrest, McAuliffe, Kennedy, Hastings Middle School, and Hastings High School. Greg also has a passion for coaching and has coached volleyball, football, wrestling, soccer, cross country, and track and field. During all this time, Greg was able to raise 4 children in Hastings, all of whom are graduates of Hastings High School. Greg's wife, Cindy, is also a retired teacher from the Hastings School District. In retirement, Greg will continue to coach our cross country and track teams, spend as much time outdoors as he can, and start building his retirement home on his own. Let's give Greg a well-deserved round of applause as he begins retirement right now. Our superintendent of schools will come to the podium for the presentation of our graduates with honors. Would our 6 graduates with highest honors and a perfect 4.0 grade point average please line up at this side of the stage, and please join me in welcoming our superintendent of schools, Mr. Tim Collins.
Superintendent of the Hastings School District, it's my pleasure and honor to give recognition to all of our students with honors. And on behalf of the school board, I want to thank parents for pushing these students to excel both in the classroom and extracurricular activities. Please hold your applause till all the students are announced and recognized. Arthur Dressen Wall. Bailey Flegel. Grace Griffith. John Rupp. Leah Stedding. Rachel Weber. Congratulations, students with highest honors. And would the students with high honors now line up to my right? Students with high honors now right up. Thank you. You may be seated. These students have a 3.935 grade point average or better over 4 years. Kayla Bugren. Jack Couturier. Lauren Chamberlain. Maria Everson. Jacob Gringo. Miranda Hanson. Grant Holler. Eric Iverson. Jamie Johnson. Michaela Karnick. Haley Klemick. Josephine Kummer. Maria Coomer. Elisa Mai. Emily Matheson. Paige Newman. Josephine Pekash. Samuel Poncelet. Todd Pottinger. Trey Rogers. Samuel Schill. Samantha Seebeck. Jack Tuzna. Congratulations, graduates with high honors. And would the graduates with honors now come forward? These students have had a 3.867 GPA or better over 4 years. Eric Bacon. Alexandra Beskow. Aliana Griffith. Joshua Luansky. Emma Matsky. Sarah McGrath. Jacob Molitor. Griffin Myers. Jacob Piney. Braden Savoda. Nicole Tukwa. Mackenzie Wiegman. Jason Williams. Carter Williams. Congratulations to our graduates with honors. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Would the Select Chorale please come forward at this time? The Select Chorale will be performing 2 numbers under the direction of Mr. Luke Warren. Please welcome the Hastings High School Select Chorale.
saw the sun begin to dim, and felt that winter wind blow cold. A man learns who's there for him when the glitter fades, the walls won't hold. 'Cause from that rubble, what remains can only be what's true. If all was lost, there's more I gained, 'cause it led me back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Warren and the select crowd. We're very pleased to have 7 incredible foreign exchange students with us this year in Hastings. Would our 7 foreign exchange students please line up at the side of the stage? Please welcome our first foreign exchange student, Luca Alione. Luca is from Italy and stayed with Jared and Matthew Kennedy. Next year, Luca will complete his senior year of high school in Italy. Next, who is not here, though, is Pedro Diaz, and let me say a little bit about Pedro. Pedro is from Brazil and stayed with Gretchen and Ronald Romaine. Next year, Pedro will go to college in Brazil and plans on majoring in business, and even though he's not here, let's give Pedro a round of applause. Please welcome Irene Jimenez Algara. Irene is from Spain and stayed with Rose Mallory. Next year, Irene will return to Spain, where she will be a junior in high school. Next, Lithnarine Hulahondro. Fresh is from Thailand and stayed with Jared and Matthew Kennedy. Next year, Fresh will return to Thailand, where he complete his junior year of high school. Next, Kit Peach Pulrilang. Kit Peach is from Thailand and stayed in Hastings with Seal and Stephen Strauss. Next year, Kit Peach will return to Thailand, where he will complete his junior year of high school. Next, Serena Pugliese. Serena is from Italy and stayed with Angela and Chris Amundsen. Serena will return to Italy to complete her senior year of high school. And our last foreign exchange student is Banita Baraponglikit. Banita is from Thailand and stayed with Dee and Kurt Kitzman. Next year, Banita will go to college in Thailand and plans on majoring in accounting. Thank you to our foreign exchange students. Let's give them a round of applause. Along with Shea Archambault, we have 3 seniors to provide commencement speeches on behalf of the class of 2018. Our first speaker is James Claflin. James is the 4th born out of 6 to Richard and Chris Marie Claflin. He has 3 older brothers, 2 younger sisters, and 1 little nephew who loves to listen to him play music, which James really loves to do. He is a bassist in his band, but that doesn't stop him from playing other instruments, 6 others to be exact, some of which are guitar, drums, piano, and the ukulele. He loves street performing, which he has done a couple of times, and really enjoys teaching others how to play the instruments that he knows. Not only does he like to play music, but he also loves listening to it. He is a huge Michael Jackson enthusiast and will never hesitate to bust out in the moonwalk anytime Billie Jean can be played. He also loves listening to and playing along with the Beatles on any given occasion. When he isn't playing music, James likes skateboarding with his friends. He can almost do a kickflip. He also played many sports through school throughout most of the time in the Hastings schools before getting an injury that made him retire. After graduation, James plans on going to Inver Hills Community College for a couple of years before moving to Washington State to attend Seattle University for a degree in education and history with the plans of becoming a high school history teacher. Please welcome James Claflin.
Good evening, class of 2018. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations. Congratulations on our biggest accomplishment yet, finishing high school. And as a member of the graduating class, I feel as if I speak for everyone when I say it has been quite the endurance test. Speaking of which, let me bring back a more troubling memory for us all. The notorious mile run. Why am I reliving this gym class nightmare? Well, it's the perfect representation of our high school career, complete with anxiety, pain, but ultimately, triumph. Let's reflect on that first lap. How easy it was to breathe back then, and man, did we take that for granted. As we got up to the line before that whistle blew, we were anxious. like our entrance to the high school as young and naive freshmen. We wondered if we'd fit in after just embarrassing ourselves all throughout middle school. We wondered, do teachers really assign homework in every class, every day? Or worse, do we really only have 5 minutes to climb 2 flights of stairs? But whether we were ready or not, that whistle blew and high school started. We were trying to find a steady pace to take high school on with and figuring out our steps as we ran. Trying to control our breathing, but making sure to keep our head forward. And before we knew it, we rounded the corner into sophomore year. Adjusting our pace now and maybe running with a different group of people or staying with the first group. Regardless, though, we now felt a sense of security, and we were more confident in our abilities. And then we were losing our breath as we were into our junior year, traditionally known as the toughest one. This lap forced us to stay up until midnight doing homework, wishing the teachers would just have some sympathy. We have lives outside of school, too. And maybe, just maybe, dropping out of school didn't sound too bad anymore. And don't get us started on the ACT. But we managed to finish that lap, and here we are, the last few steps before it's over, together as a class, graduating and proud. But as good as it feels to be here right now, there will be things to miss. Whether it's sitting by your friends every day at lunch, or that one class you just couldn't wait for as you walked into school in the morning. I, for one, know that I'll never be able to hear Darude Sandstorm without thinking of the echo. These memories are what keeps us a family. Our years here at Hastings High are ones that will be remembered and ones that we will share, no matter where we end up. Paul McCartney once wrote in the beautiful song, Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. And this resonates with us as we sit here tonight and say our goodbyes to many. Whether it's the teachers that have helped us when we really needed it, our families as we move away to college, or especially our fellow graduates as we all go our separate ways. But as cliche as it sounds, today not only marks an end of a chapter in our lives, but also a beginning as fully graduated adults. High school was just today's yesterday. And it may be sad reflecting back, but every yesterday brings us today, and it brings a tomorrow. And every tomorrow has opportunity waiting, and this class will take that opportunity. As the Beatles also so eloquently put it in their song Blackbird, all your life you are waiting for this moment to arrive. Almost like lyrics written for us as we sit here together one last time. So, spread your wings and learn to fly. Thank you all for 12 years to remember. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Our second speaker is Hayden Shute. Hayden is the son of Mike and Stacy Shute, both of whom are graduates of Hastings High School. Hayden is the grandson of retired Hastings High School teacher John Shute, who is seated over here on my left. Nice to see you, John. Hayden's younger sister Hannah is an incoming freshman at Hastings High School. Throughout his time in Hastings, Hayden has been involved in numerous activities. He served as the YMCA Minnesota Youth Governor and presided over the 2018 Model Assembly Conference, where 1,500 students from all across Minnesota attended. For the past 3 years, Hayden has been one of 25 students elected to attend the YMCA's Conference on National Affairs, where he also served in leadership roles. In addition to his involvement in youth and government, Hayden has been one of our student council officers, a peer tutor, a special services student aide, and a National Honor Society member. In his free time, Hayden has served as a youth representative on our local YMCA Youth Board of Development and could be found at Caribou studying his honors classes, serving popcorn at Marcus Theater, or up at the state capitol on the House floor. Next year, Hayden will be studying communications, legal institutions, economics, and government at American University in Washington, D.C. through their 3-year undergraduate honors program. Please welcome Hayden Shute.
Excuse me. Well, class of 2018, here we are. It's June 8th, graduation day. Most of us have looked forward to this day since the beginning of freshman year. Tonight, we are all decked out in royal blue. Most of us still checking to ensure that our caps are on straight and our gowns are adjusted correctly. We're good. A few of us may still be taking last-minute deep breaths, calculating the time it will take for us to walk across the stage with our diploma in hand, and are fighting the notion of leaving here tonight for the first time as Hastings High School alumni. I have always speculated that our time here at HHS has been the plot of a popular television show. One that is a mixture of a sitcom and a soap opera. We have battled drama, insecurities, and schoolwork, all while laughing at our own daily frustrations in life while at the lunch table. Our time here has always had a little bit of a Truman Show vibe to me, like we were living in a one-sided mirror, oblivious to the fact that we were being filmed for a documentary about the life of an average high schooler. We were experiencing the ups and downs of life while being quietly observed by the world around us. The adults in our lives may have had some unique opinions about us, but they taught us critical thinking skills and how to problem solve without always intervening. And for the first time in most of our lives, we began facing adult problems. We began making our own choices in life, learning the consequences for our actions. We all have had many moments during high school where we felt as if we were a character on TV. In times of confusion, we may have been Jim Halpert from The Office, making faces at an invisible camera. In moments of vulnerability, we may have been young Eric Foreman from That 70s Show. During catfights, we definitely evolved into the rich women off of the Real Housewives franchise. During times of laughter and positivity, we embodied Phoebe Buffay from Friends. And during times of distress, we became prisoners from Orange is the New Black, ones that were wrongly sentenced to 4 years of education at Hastings High School Correctional Facility. Your character all depends on how you viewed Hastings High. While we may not all agree what famous series best describes our time here at HHS, we all have one that comes to mind. So, if our years of high school were equivalent to seasons of a TV show, that means that tonight, right here, right now, this moment is our series finale. Tonight is the last time the cast will be all gathered together. Tonight is that 1 hour special we have waited all season for. Tonight marks the end of an era for us. Or does it? Our show wasn't canceled by the sponsored network. we, as the cast, chose to cancel the show, wanting to move on with our lives towards bigger and better things. And it felt right for the show to end on a high note. I mean, that high note being our own high school graduation, of course. But does that mean all of our stories have been written? All adventures have been journeyed? All battles fought? I'm not so sure. But I have recently heard a rumor circling the tabloids that our series may lead to some successful spin-offs. The next adventures of, insert your name here. And there is a buzz about the new production team in town. For the first time in most of our lives, we now have the chance to lounge in that director's chair, to sit at the writer's table, to finally have a say in how our story is told. And that new storyline, it's going to be different for all of us. New characters, new plots, hey, possibly even a new genre. Oh, and of course, all of our settings will be different too. Our new series could take place at the Capitol in Washington, D.C., on Fifth Avenue in New York City, inside the snowy fields of the Dakotas, on the pavements of military bases, and maybe even in the newly remodeled basement of our parents' home. While this recent turn of events is exciting, it does leave all of us with some unanswered questions. And these are the questions that I now turn over to you, class of 2018. Will you be the star in the story of your life? Will you have a character arc? Will you be the hero or the villain? Will your series be filled with drama or with comedy? But the most important question I have for all of you is this one. Will your spinoff be worth watching? Here's to the class of 2018. Thank you for all of the life lessons.
Thank you, Hayden. Our final speaker is Joe Zack. Joe is the son of Peter and Michelle Zack and the grandson of Judy and Lee Snowbeck, as well as Kathleen and Dick Zack. He has three brothers, a twin brother named Levi, who will be attending the University of Wisconsin La Crosse in September, and two younger brothers named Colby and Brady, who will be a junior and freshman at Hastings High School. Joe has been involved in many sports, clubs, and activities, including being a three-sport varsity athlete, indoor soccer goalie, class vice president, link crew leader, FCA huddle leader, peer helper, chess club member, student council member, Young Life junior servant, and homecoming royalty. His favorite memories were beating Henry Sibley in football sections, having fun at basketball practice with Patrick Curtis, winning the conference in tennis, and playing the ukulele for Mr. Dressen's class on Bob Dylan's birthday. Joe will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire in the fall and will be majoring in business management with aspirations of finding a job that he loves, whatever that may be. He will also be furthering his athletic career and is playing tennis for the Blue Golds next spring. Please welcome Joe Zack.
The class of 2018 has made it here. Graduation day at Hastings High School. I want to extend my sincere congratulations to everyone who has made it here. Graduation isn't just simply about today, however. It's about everything that came before today. It's about the process. Although today is spectacular, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows to get here. It isn't always easy. The process can be having to finish your calculus homework after not getting home from a game until 10:30. It can be not being able to meet for a group project because you're at a show choir competition in Omaha The process can even be crying in your room because you just got dumped by your boyfriend. But it can be getting yelled at by a teacher in the back of the classroom because you and your best friend cannot stop laughing. Or it could be getting pleasantly surprised by that B on your chemistry test. It can even be coming home to a hot meal and an episode of The Office is queued up on Netflix. The one where Michael hits Meredith with his car. Our path can be heartwarming, but it can also be incredibly heartbreaking. But without it, none of us, the class of 2018, would be the people we are today. I'll share with you all a story my friend Joshua once told me about how falling in love with the process, the best parts and the worst parts, is what can make an experience truly great. There was once a Japanese architect named Koda. He became world-renowned simply because of his relentless devotion. He was always very hands-on, whether it was always hand-selecting the finest materials or overseeing every little detail. After 30 years, Koda grew tired of building homes and was ready for a new life, so he decided to retire. He approached his boss and handed in his 2-week notice. His boss saw this, stared deeply into Koda's eyes, and said, "Koda, we can never repay you for all the magnificent work you've done for this company and are so grateful for all the time you've spent here." His boss paused and said, "We do have one more favor to ask of you. We have a very important client and only your special touch will fulfill his request to make this house truly great." Frustrated by his boss's request, Koda agreed. This meant that he would have to cancel 2 trips and postpone his brand new life, all for one house. Koda viewed this house as more of an obligation and less of an opportunity. And although his head was in it, his heart was not. Koda was more focused on getting to what was next in his life rather than what was going on in the present. And finally, after 4 months, he finished the house. Once again, he approached his boss and asked for his blessing to retire. His boss replied, "Ah, yes, thank you, Koda, but we have one more thing." At this point, Koda was extremely frustrated. His boss then pulled out a small black box with a red ribbon tied around it, handed it to Koda. Koda then opened the box, and inside was a shiny new set of keys. "The house is yours," his boss exclaimed. "It's the least we can do." Koda's heart immediately sank. Unknowingly, Koda had been building his own house. Surely, if he had known this, he told himself, he would have only used the finest materials and overseen every little detail, but now it was too late. The moral of this story is that you are always building your own house. Whether you think you might be building it for your parents, your grades, your job, or even your friends, you are constantly building your own house. And for this reason, it is so important that you always use the finest materials and oversee every little detail. Today, we will all walk out of here with a solid foundation to our house, a high school diploma. With this foundation, we have the opportunity, not the obligation, to build whatever we want. Class of 2018, whatever you choose to build, I am asking that you build it with the utmost courage, effort, and passion, so that your house and your process will be something worth falling in love with. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Congratulations, seniors. On behalf of the entire school district staff, thank you for your contributions to our school and our community. Each year, I'm fortunate enough to have the last opportunity to remind the graduating seniors of the values represented by our staff and our school district. So for you, one more time here tonight, here goes. Tonight, we know the class of 2018 will go in many different directions to further your educational and personal experiences. For some of you, it will be difficult to leave Hastings, to leave those behind you, your family and friends. But as you leave tonight, remember your classmates and family who continue to influence you, even though they are not with you. Remember to believe in yourself and what is right. Remember to stick up for those that are less fortunate than yourself. Remember to serve others more than you expect others to serve you. Remember to learn and to test yourself as you succeed and fail. And as you learn and grow in many places far away from Hastings, always remember to come back, raise your families, and help make Hastings an even finer community in which to live and learn. Superintendent Collins and the members of the Board of Education, the class of 2018, has met the requirements which have been established by you in the state of Minnesota. To Lisa Hedin, Chair of the Board of Education of District 200, I present the class of 2018. Speaking on behalf of the school board is Chairperson Lisa Hedin. Lisa has served on the school board for 7 years. Please give a warm welcome to Lisa Hedin.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I would like to take a minute and introduce the other members of the board that are with us tonight. Mr. Scott Gergen, Mr. Joe Becker, Mr. Peter Blissenbach, Mr. Russ Roloff, and Mr. Dave Pemble. Our seventh board member, Ms. Kelsey Waits, is not with us tonight, but I know she sends everyone her best wishes. Good evening. Parents, siblings, extended families, friends, neighbors, teachers, coaches, community members, and most importantly, graduates. We are so thankful and happy to share this evening with you. On behalf of myself and the rest of the Hastings School Board, we welcome you to the graduation of the Hastings High School class of 2018. Tonight is the culmination of years of effort and commitment on behalf of community, family, and students. Tonight is the result of a community that holds education in high esteem, supporting the Hastings School District with generous bonds and levies. Tonight is the result of parents, biological, step, adoptive, grand, and parents of the heart, who support education within their families, making time for studying, attending conferences, and all those extracurricular activities. Tonight is the result of teachers, mentors, coaches, business owners, and neighbors who recognize that all kids are all of our kids, supporting these graduates' growth as scholars, citizens, and human beings. Tonight is the result of these graduates facing the daily challenge of learning something new, moving through that newness to mastery, and incorporating the diverse knowledge into a cohesive worldview. Everyone, please take a minute and applaud both tonight's graduates and the people who have played such important roles in getting them here tonight. Graduates, I'm going to presume that for most of you, the path to today's graduation was not always smooth and was not always straight. I know there were times when it was a fairly good amount of forward momentum. And then there was some sideways movement for a while, and maybe even an occasional backwards turn. But I know a lot of that time, and throughout the entire journey, in addition to building your strong academic skill set that got you here tonight, you built a lot of other skills skills that will serve you as you move forward. You develop persistence, determination, good humor, and a growth mindset. These are going to be the skills that you use as you move on to the next part of your journey. Be that college, trade school, military, work, or some combination of all of those. Recognize your academic readiness for whatever that next step may be, but also celebrate that larger skill set that you have developed and know that it will serve you well. Graduates, go forward into the next part of your lives with kindness, a willingness to do important and occasionally difficult work, and the knowledge of the love and the support that the Hastings School District and all of us here today hold for you. Congratulations and good luck.
Will Junior Class President Mac Wilson and Junior Class Vice President Lyndon Wilson please bring the class forward? The audience is requested to hold their applause until all of the graduates have received their diplomas, and also please remain seated until all the names of the graduates have been read by Hastings High School teacher, Mr. David Russell Larson. To the class of 2018, it's been my sincere pleasure to serve you as your principal. Congratulations, good luck in the future. We certainly will miss you and we won't forget you. It's now time to come forward for your diplomas.
Tyler Ackerman. Jared Alphaby. Croy Alverson. Natalia Alvey. Bridget Anderson. Haley Anderson. Mitchell Anderson. Zachary Anderson. Logan Appert. Shay Archambault. Jack Arvidsson. Jaden Axelrod. Eric Bacon. Samantha Bacon. Avante Bailey. Allison Barber. Allison Bauer. Jennifer Becker. Eric Beisel. Christopher Benson. Alexandra Beskow. Alexis Bang. Napeshne Big Bear. Samantha Biskow. Jack Blaha. Megan Blaha. Whitney Blattner. Kayla Bugren. Tyler Borst. Caitlin Boyd. Andrea Boyer. Tyson Braybeck. Tiffany Brenner. Isaiah Brenny. Caitlin Brown. Tyler Buck. Noah Bazeski. Jasmine Kellis. Cecilia Carlson. Crystal Carlson. Rachel Carlson. Danielle Karstensen. Jack Couturier. Lauren Chamberlain. James Claflin. Nathan Clemens. Bendora Cole. John Cole. Lena Cannell. Mitchell Konzemius. Donovan Crow. Patrick Curtis. Dominic Dickey. Darnell Davis. Nicholas Dietrich. May Dodson. Crystal Doffing. Owen Dotson. Logan Doty. Ella Drago. Arthur Dressenwall. Andrea Dusing. Francesca Dufour. Bryn Edmeyer. Madeline Eggert. Faith Eichmann. Grace Eischen. Ashley Ellis. Tyler Engel. Jacob Erickson. Sarah Erickson. Lauren Ernst. Kaylee Irwin. Tyler Evans. Alyssa Evenson. Maria Everson. Jack Fassbender. Lindsay Fassbender. Emma Fendrick. Bailey Flegel. Megan Fox. Kelsey Frendrup. Corey Franzen. Madigan Furlong. Aaron Fernie. Hollis Galland. Aaron Gantz. Michael Gapp. Logan Gaylor. Jeffrey Gegan. Jackson Gergen. Madison Gingrich. Noah Getsky. Jordan Granger. Sophia Green. Jacob Gringo. Aliana Griffith. Grace Griffith. Avery Gronquist. Drake Guck. Claire Gunn. Jeremy Hackbarth. Rain Haley. Madison Hale. Jacob Hammer. Miranda Hansen. Haley Harder. Stephanie Hain. Callan Hennon. Kiera Henry. Ava Hernlim. Elliot Hicks. Logan Hilton. Dawson Hobbs. Grant Haller. Nathan Howell. Kelsey Hiddle. Lily Hull. Corey Irons. Eric Iverson. Noah Jacobson. Norman Jacobson. Eva Jasko. Chance Johnson. Jamie Johnson. Kiana Johnson. Mitchell Johnson. Zachary Johnson. Jamie Johnson Wilcom. Jacob Kaiser. Dominic Capping. Michael Kapp. Michaela Karnick. Destiny Kawaii Kawa. Andrew Keyborn. Jack Kelly. Kyle Kiefer. Paige Kiefer. Jack Klein. Sherry Kleiss. Haley Klemick. Elsie Kopp. Joshua Kramer. Isabella Kranz. Elena Kramer. Skylan Cryer. Brendan Kruger. Quinn Cruz. Catherine Kuhn. Josephine Kummer. Maria Coomer. Brendan Carilla. Cody Langus. Chloe Larimer. Mackenzie Lawrence. Natalia Lawrence. Sawyer Levos. Joshua Lewinsky. Cody Lewison. Morgan Locke. John Loescher. Joshua Lundell. Luke Maher. Tanner Maher. Elisa Mai. Madeline Markulix. Emily Matheson. Donovan Matson. Emma Matsky. Mariah Morris. Kiera Macbeth. Madeline McCabe. Dylan McCarville. Jaron McAvoy. Sarah McGrath. Victoria McGrath. Samuel McGregor. Joshua McKinney. Callie McNary. Lehan May. Joshua Meyer. Noah Mishak. Cassidy Meyer. Bryce Myers. Trinity Myers. Teklu Mizgebo. Kaylin Miller. Gage Miller. Nathan Miller. Samantha Miller. Anna Milton. Ahmad Mir. Jacob Molitor. Zachary Moore. Brianna Mudek. Griffin Myers. Kyle Naraki. Ryan Nelson. John Newman. Joseph Newman. Paige Newman. Devin Niebuhr. Hayden Niebuhr. Andrew Nip. David Nuggle. Douglas Nordine. Haley Noring. Catherine Notch. Colin O'Brien. Shannon O'Connor. Connor Odell. Caitlin Olmsted. Grace Olson. Dylan Olson. Caitlin O'Toole. William Patton. Benjamin Pavelka. Zachary Pavelka. Josephine Pekosh. Bo Piney. Jacob Piney. Alexander Peterson. Dylan Peterson. Jacob Peterson. Callie Peterson. Kirsten Peterson. Marcus Peterson. The Fam. Samantha Pollard. Samuel Poncelet. Todd Pottinger. Rachel Priester. Michael Quinn. Brian Riley. Anna Reisner. Alexis Resendez. Jacob Richardson. Samuel Richter. Austin Rink. Thomas Robinette. Jack Robinson. Trey Rogers. Corey Roloff. Cole Rooney. Derek Roop. John Rupp. Hattie Sack. Lucas Sack. Sophia Sanchez. Tiffany Scalzi. Elijah Schaefer. Paula Sharfie. Samuel Schill. Samuel Schiller. Thompson Schiller. Matthew Schmitz. Alexander Schneider. Julia Schumacher. Hayden Shute. Eric Scott. Samantha Seebeck. Niall Siddiqui. Joseph Sieben. Anna Siebenaller. Annika C. Carson Cisco. Amber Skripek. Jacob Sladham. Cade Sladham. Derek Smith. Jacob Sobiek. Destiny Soini. Jacob Suchek. Joshua Speak. Skylar Staler. Leah Stedding. Cheyenne Steinbruckner. Kyle Stendel. Skylar Stika. Logan Stokey. Joel Strichter. Braden Svoboda. Sydney Swanson. Morgan Sweeney. Adriana Tessier. Stuart Tetzloff. Kyle Tiber. Mackenzie Thompson. Vladimir Tipler. Jack Tuzna. Lydia Trader. Madison Treptow. Emily Tribe. Shelby Troba. Zachary Tucker. Scott Tuen. Nicole Tukwa. Brooke Tusa. Caprice Vend Essam. Mary Vaughn. Marissa Von Bargen. Alexandra Wagner. Micah Walt. Blake Warner. Angeline Watts. Hannah Weber. Jessica Weber. Rachel Weber. Mackenzie Wiegman. Emily Weldon. Brianna White. Madeline White. Derek Wiley. Brett Williams. Carter Williams. Jack Williams. Jason Williams. Grace Wise. Corey Walters. Emily Woodford. Stephanie Woods. Christopher Woolard. McKenna Youngquist. Joseph Zach. Levi Zach. Madison Zine. Riley Zitlow. Jacob Zwart.
On behalf of the class of 2018, I'd like to thank all the family and friends. We have a great tradition. We're going to throw the caps on 3. Get your cameras ready. I want to thank all the parents, everyone for being here on behalf of the class of 2018. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. This commencement is over. Thanks for coming.